Hey everybody, it's Jackie and I am back with another video. So today I want to talk about buildup. In my last couple of videos, I have been hinting at what I think is causing me buildup. And so today I want to share with you what I think that substance is. Before I get into all the details and kind of share with you what that is, I want to tell you two things. One, I have some notes that are over here on my computer, and so if I refer to it, it's because the notes are there. The second thing is that I am not a scientist. I am a person with locks. I have done quite a bit of research online, reading about what I'm going to share with you. And so, and I've had locks for almost 3 years. I'm about 2 months shy of 3 years. And so I just want to tell you about my experience and tell you about what I have learned along the way on this lock journey. So take what I'm saying as a way to help you and potentially inform you. But again, I'm by no means an expert. So please make sure that you do your own research and you consider your own experience and the experience of others as you are making choices about your hair. Now, the substance that I want to talk about today is water. Yes, water. Now, I want to specifically talk about hard water today, and not just any old water. I want to talk about hard water. So I'm going to talk about what hard water is. I'm going to talk about how you can identify it, and then I'm going to talk about how it can affect your hair when it is combined with specific products. So first, let's talk about what hard water is. Hard water is essentially water that is rich with minerals, and those minerals come from water that is sourced from lakes, rivers, wells, anywhere where the water is going to be flowing over a large amount of like rocks and sediment and sand. What happens when the water flows over those sorts of things, there are different minerals that get released. So, calcium, magnesium, those are just a few of them. But those things kind of get loose in the water and they just float freely in the water. And so when your water is coming from one of those types of sources, then when it goes through your water treatment plant, they don't take all of that out. They might do a little bit of treatment for water softening, but typically you're still going to have a lot of those minerals that stay in your water. I live in Minnesota, and so our primary source of water that comes out of our tap comes from the Mississippi River. Now that water is rich with minerals, just like any other, riverbed. There's lots of rocks and sediment and sand and all that stuff at the bottom of the river, and so that stays in your water. Now, it's not harmful to you. It doesn't have a scent. It doesn't have anything really noticeable about it as far as the water is concerned, but you will see the effects of it in a lot of like pretty normal ways. If you see like buildup on your shower head where it's got kind of just this white film on it, or if soap scum typically develops on your tile in your bathroom or on your tub, that's a way you can recognize it as well. If you typically have water spots on your dishes, that's a way to kind of notice whether or not you have hard water. So there's some ways that you can kind of just see whether or not you have water, just kind of observing in your day-to-day life. If you typically boil water and you notice that inside the pan there might be kind of a white film that forms when you boil water, that could be a really good sign that you have hard water as well. So again, not anything harmful, but just something for you to be aware of. Now, once you realize that you have hard water, like I do, then you really need to be thinking about how that water combines with your products and affects the health of your hair, affects buildup in your hair, because it definitely can have an effect. So pretty much every locked person that I know has heard about Dr. Bronner's Castile soap and has used it at one point or another to wash their hair. For me, I started using that probably about 6 to 7 months ago, when I was just having a little bit of a hard time like getting my locks super duper clean. But what I didn't realize was that hard water was already a culprit, and I was just adding insult to injury by adding Castile soap in rather than sticking with a different shampoo. And I have not fully solved the problem yet. I will tell you that right now. So I'm in the process of experimenting with some different options. The most recent option being a homemade African black soap shampoo that I will link the recipe down below. And I'll also link the video of how I created mine, so you can kind of see what that black soap looks like. But it has been kind of a process for me trying to figure out what shampoo would go well with hard water. So Castile soap, specifically Dr. Bronner's Castile soap, does not go well with hard water. And let me read to you what they have to say about using Castile soap with hard water, okay? So they say water hardness and softness, as well as the exact composition of trace minerals in your water, can greatly affect both your hair and the effectiveness of the products you use to wash and rinse your hair. In particular, hard water seems to present issues for any hair care routine that includes our soaps, as the minerals in hard water can react with our soap in ways that ultimately make it less effective for washing hair. Another quote from them says, if you have hard water, it could be that the soap is reacting with minerals in your water and leaving a waxy film on your hair. So Dr. Bronner's tells you straight up, like, using their Castile soap with hard water can and potentially will leave your hair with a waxy film. Now, had I read this before I had started using Dr. Bronner's, had I researched Castile soap and not just kind of listened to what I heard online, I would have never even started using this stuff. But I started using it because I figured it's totally fine. It's soap. It's natural. It should be great to use with my hair. And I really didn't think about all of the factors that could ultimately affect my hair and cause buildup. Now, leaving a waxy film on your hair is one thing, but when you have locks, that waxy film then turns into a buildup that gets inside your locks and stays in your locks. And so I really have had a hard time with that, because now I'm having to go through this process of clarifying my locks and getting all of this stuff out of my locks, and will continue to be working on that until my hair is free of buildup, because I will not have dirty hair. But I wanted to just bring that information to you, because I think that we don't necessarily in the lock community talk about hard water. I've never heard anybody really bring it to light and talk about it, but it's something that can definitely affect the health of your hair, can affect the overall quality of your locks, getting buildup. All those things can be affected if you have hard water and you're using Castile soaps, or really any other soaps for that matter, as well. Now, you'll have to kind of experiment with some different options to see what can work for you, but I can guarantee you, if you have hard water, Castile soap is probably not the way to go. So I want to encourage you to look into this a little bit more, do some research, pay attention to your hair if you're washing and maintaining at home, and just make sure that you are really doing what you need to do to ensure that you can keep your locks buildup free. If you have any questions, if you want to know more about this topic, I'm going to link the Dr. Bronner's post where they talked about hard water and their Castile soap, so you can read that down below. I'm going to leave the African black soap recipe that I put together based off of Natural 85's video, so I'll link all of that stuff down below, and link a couple other things below too, just to kind of help you look into hard water and kind of see if you might have issue with it based off of some of the things that you read and based off of this video. So any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'd love to have a conversation with you about this, because I want to bring this to light in the lock community so people are equipped with what they need to do to keep build up free hair. So I hope you guys are well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.